after, but Adams specifically went public.
Well, good morning, everybody. Game time, Brian, otherwise known as the Mailman. Listen to a little morning radio as I get ready to leave the house on time. On time. Yes, we are on time.
Let's listen to some more of Jeffrey Lurie, because Jalen Hurts came up yesterday, obviously, as a topic.
This is the owner of the Eagles.
Thing, the Hurts leadership thing. And
this is live radio, people.
On
I don't know.
Jalen, what are your thoughts on him being the quiet leader?
The owner of the Eagles being asked about Jalen.
Him show a little more exuberance sometimes.
So with Jalen, as I talked about earlier, he's 25 years old. Incredible last few years. Disappointing ending of the last year as a team.
As a team. Team game.
The thing with Jalen, and I mentioned about Nick, but the thing with Jalen is I want him to be authentic. And that's what he is. It's the worst thing to be 24, 25 and to try to be something. Be authentic as he is. He's an excellent, excellent example. So, there's times for the stoicism.
Can I have Jeffrey Lurie as my owner?
It's because of Jalen's stoicism and calm under the storm that we were 10-1 on all those close games, and then lose a few and maybe he's not as demonstrative or whatever. I love the way Jalen is. I think he has his own style. I think he'll, like every quarterback, goes through ebbs and flows in their career.
He's already been to a Super Bowl.
So there were so many ups, and then we had
a
difficult final 5-6 games of the year. He will adjust to that and lead the way, because he's really respected for being who he is.
Well, Lurie with some endorsements yesterday. One obviously on Sirianni. Another notable one was Hurts with what you saw there. What's to be authentic? It's it's a reasonable argument, obviously, to say be yourself, be authentic. The problem is if that doesn't register with people.
He's always negative. But yeah, I would love to have an owner like Jeffrey Lurie. Is he always right? No. But he lets the football guys, for the most part, until it goes totally shit, to handle the football operations. You don't see him sitting on a bus, he's scribbling on a notepad, trying to contact people that have passed away. I don't know what Jerry was doing. Trying to listen to white noise. I don't know. But again, this is just another example. You hear other organizations, and I'm close to Philly, fighting Phils. They're getting ready to start up. It's going to be a good year for the Phillies. But I would just like to have Jeffrey Lurie as my owner. I would. How he handles things, that's what you need, people. That's what you need. Sorry, but us Cowboy fans, unless we get lucky, well, that's the thing. In my opinion, we've gotten lucky with Tony Romo, right? We've gotten lucky with he wasn't even drafted. He wasn't drafted. Tony Romo was not drafted. We got him as a free agent right after the draft out of Eastern Illinois, and we didn't even offer him the most money. He came to Dallas because of Sean Payton, who used to be a quarterback of Eastern Illinois, and he had ties to Tony Romo. That's the only reason why he came to Dallas. We got lucky. Did we put a great team around Tony? Some years great offense, some years great defense. Never. Maybe the one complete team is when he went to Cabo and they choked against the Giants in the wild card round at home. That would be the 1 year where they were in Cabo, when that was before you had the bye week. Dallas was the 1 seed and we choked. Then we got lucky with Dak Prescott in the 4th round. Fourth round, mind you. 4th round. We got lucky because we wanted Paxton Lynch. We wanted, I think it was Johnny Football. No, was that a different one? I think that was the year before, but I don't know. But I know we wanted Johnny Football. We wanted Paxton Lynch. We wanted Connor Cook. We wanted to trade for Russell Wilson back in the day. And we ended up with Dak Prescott. He was still sitting there on the 4th round, and the scouts are looking at Jerry saying, We can't pass him up now. So they had to take him. They had to take him. And what happened? It's been a good ride with Dak. He only has 2 playoff wins, but this looks like this is it for Dak Prescott. If you watch me and Mark Combs' impromptu live stream last night, I was surprised. He was like, I'm not going to go live. I thought we were just going to do a video, but it worked out well. You know, I want to move on now. Why are we doing this? There's nothing like going into a season when you know that half the players know that this isn't an all-in situation. They're all going to be playing for their own selfish reasons. Now, that could be good. And I keep hearing this has Jimmy Johnson written all over it. I think it's all BS, to be honest with you. I think one of these days you're going to hear Jimmy Johnson say, I didn't have nothing to do with getting rid of Dak. I would have never got rid of Dak. Something like that. And I don't care if you like Dak or don't like Dak. I told you, if you're going to guarantee me Shedeur Sanders next year, then fine, I'm good. Let's roll. Let's ride. But we're going to start Dak Prescott. He's going to win 9-10 games at the very least. With that schedule, he'll win 9-10 games. Assuming everybody is relatively healthy. With that talent that they have on the team. Yeah, they're not fully talented. Their offensive line is shaky. They don't have many linebackers right now. They don't have a running back right now. You know what I mean? You act like, oh, you're stacked. No, we're not. We have unbelievably talented individuals, but as far as a football team, there's a lot of holes on our team, and Green Bay was smart enough to expose us. So, you know, it's a little disappointing, but me and Primetime Phil tonight at 8 o'clock, right here, Game Time Brian, 8 o'clock, we're going to have a live stream. Please come check it out. But again, I don't care. If you are happy that Dak's leaving, that's good. Don't you agree with me, though? If you're a Cowboy fan and you're happy Dak's not getting re-signed, wouldn't you want to start it right now with Trey Lance? Let's just pull the Band-Aid off. You don't know what you got. He's had a few months. He's going to have a whole offseason. Get him ready to play. Play him. Because what's going to happen is we're going to win 9 or 10 games, and then we're not going to be able to get anybody next year in the draft. Nobody's going to want your 5th-round comp picks. What are you going to trade a number 1 the following 2 number 1s? That's not how Dallas operates. That's not how Dallas operates. Trading multiple number 1 picks for a quarterback. Well, we all know is a crapshoot coming out of the draft. Shedeur Sanders. Nothing against you. I would love to have you, but you're not a lock. So, I don't understand the philosophy. If this is a bargaining tool, this is the stupidest move I've ever seen. Trying to say, you know, I think Dak's gone. He's going to hit the open market. They're not going to want to pay. They don't even want to pay. Dallas doesn't even want to pay Mike McCarthy's salary for 1 year for not coaching. That's how cheap they are. You don't get a lot of money for not being cheap. They're cheap as shit. What's going on here? Pick a fucking lane, for crying out loud. Jesus. Horrible. Ridiculous. People don't know how to drive. They don't. But anyway, my son just got back from my 22-year-old. He just got back. He went and visited some friends in Canada. And he's got back late last night. He was raving about how clean Canada was and how the mass transit was awesome. And like, yeah, but you weren't there in the winter. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I'm kind of like confused because I'm fine with moving on from Dak. I really am. I want to win. I don't care who it is. But I just want to see Trey Lance. I think we're going to see a lot of Trey Lance. You know, I really do. But to me, this is, how do you start over when you have a CeeDee Lamb, when you have a Micah Parsons? right? How do you start over? You're going to have a number one, I mean, like, you're going to have Tyler Smith, Jake Ferguson, who loves Dak Prescott. I mean, how do you start over with that? I'm very confused as to tactics and what's going on. I don't understand. Only the Dallas Cowboys. This is why I go back to the beginning of the video with Jeffrey Lurie. I would love to have him involved. Because look what happened with the Eagles, right? Look what happened to the Eagles. They had Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz was an MVP runner-up. He definitely was. Carson Wentz was a really good quarterback. Remember? He was the Maserati. Dak Prescott was a Corvette. He was good, but he wasn't. And then he got injured. And then Nick Foles came in and took the team to a Super Bowl. And Wentz was never the same. And from then on, he was a different person / quarterback. But what happened? The Eagles cut ties with Wentz. Was the right move. Because he went on to do nothing anywhere, really. And then you went and drafted, and I remember Philly 500 complaining about the pick in the second round, Jalen Hurts, remember? They didn't move on with Wentz yet. And, but look where they're at now. I mean, you know, they're young quarterback. We don't know if Jalen's going to be the best, but we don't know that he's not either. I like the kid a lot. So, and he's young. He's only 25 years old. So, I want that type of ownership with the Cowboys. I want to hear from my Cowboy fans. Are you happy with the Joneses? Is anybody happy with the Joneses? And I know Ultra Cowboys going to say, well, you know, I love Jerry. I love the old Jerry. Jerry's not running shit. He's scribbling on notebooks right now. Jerry's not running nothing. He's not. He's running his mouth. Stephen Jones, this has got Stephen Jones written all over it. And I broke my code. I went and bought 2 draft hats last night. Monday they came out, the new draft hats. I got 1 of each. I got the graphite and I got the navy. Yeah, I'm a glutton, but I'm done. I'm done for now. Listen, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm always going to be a Cowboy fan. Whether they shit the bed or not, I'm going to be there. So, just frustrating times because there's something exciting about ripping the Band-Aid off and going with the unknown. And I don't want to do it next year. I want to go with the unknown this year. Why are we waiting? I mean, I understand why they're waiting, but if you're a player on the team, what must you be thinking? If you're a player about to sign a long-term deal, what must you be thinking? You can say whatever you want about Dak. They love him. A lot of those players love him. Now you're hearing whispers about CD. I think CD will be fine. Pay him the damn money, he'll be fine. But remember, CD, Dak was the guy throwing you the ball that's going to get you the mega deal. So let's not, let's not just totally throw Dak under the bus. Hell of a regular season quarterback. Only has 2 playoff wins. I'm very conflicted because I don't like the unknown. Why? Because I remember the Clint Sterners, the Anthony Wrights, the Quincy Carters, the Drew Bledsoes, all the also-ran quarterbacks who came and went after Troy Aikman. And I don't know. I'm hearing Deion Sanders and Shedeur Sanders. Can you guarantee that to me? Are you guaranteeing me that? Because if you are, I'm down with that. I am. So I don't know when I'm going to name this video. I really don't. I did talk about the Eagles ownership, and I wish they were my owners. Yes, I'm not going. And yes, I know what the trolls are going to say. All you got to do is root for the Eagles. You know I can't do that. You know I can't do that. I'm a Cowboy fan. That's my cross to bear. I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm stuck. But I always get excited about new stuff. I get excited about starting new, young. That's why I keep saying I want to go young. Everybody wants to bring in all these old guys. We need to see Jalen Brooks. We need to see Jalen Tolbert. We need to see Sam Williams. We need to see Trey Lance. You traded for him. You gave up a 4th-round pick. I want to see him throw all the time and put the pressure on. Because this might be a situation where we start out with Dak. You know we're going to have the hardest schedule in the league, so we may not win 10 games. And then Trey Lance has to come in. How do you think that QB market's going to be then, Dak? So it's a two-way street. Let me know what you think. But 2 o'clock Eastern time, around of about 2 o'clock, Game Time Ryan, live from the mail truck. I share my lunchtime with you people. Make sure you're ready to go. Hit your bell notification. We're closing in on 5,000 subs. We're moving pretty quickly here. So thank you very much. Remember, 2 o'clock Eastern time, live lunchtime chat from the mail truck. And then tonight, live again at 8 o'clock from my mama's basement, a.k.a. the Bat Cave, where we break it all down. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the Man. Later.